Chapter 17. I slid Faith's stall door shut and bid goodbye to the safety of being behind her bars. I followed McKinnon out into the sunlight, letting my eyes fall on his perfect rear end, consciously suppressing the urge to race up behind him and put my palms on it. He waited for me to catch up to him outside the barn, and we walked side by side in silence for a while, making our way along the white fenced pastures toward the main house. The pastures were lush, dappled with the yellow heads of dandelions and accented with the wedding dress white of Queen Anne's lace. May had given much rain, and the glossy blades of green reached the horses' knees as they rummaged through it, nature's perfect lawnmowers. I watched the way he surveyed the land, every now and then reaching out to grab an overgrown stem of some kind and twirling it between two gloved fingertips. He took long, sweeping gazes over the fence line as we walked past, checking for any signs of fixing, I imagined. The day was still hot, and I held my breath as he unbuttoned his long-sleeved shirt and stripped down to a form-hugging white V-neck t-shirt, a soft tuft of chest hair exposed in its nook. Just enough, but not too much. I found myself thinking how I would love to graze that hair with my fingertips. After some time, I managed the courage to speak, and when I said his name, it felt good on my lips. "McKinnon?" I said, my internal temperature escalating a notch higher as he wordlessly turned those blue eyes on me. I want to apologize for all of it," I pressed on. "All of what?" he asked, adjusting his cowboy hat lower over his eyes to block the last blast of the evening sun. I felt bashful. "For being so rude when you tried to talk to me before, and for being so drunk last night. And the omelet was really incredible. I just can't get over those fresh strawberries." He eyed me, still squinting in the sun. "I said, don't mention it." "But I wanted you to know," I said somberly, feeling rejected in my apology. "Well, I'm glad to know you liked my cooking. Thank you, ma'am." He tipped the brim of his hat and chuckled. Obviously, he hadn't put as much thought into it as I had. "So, you think Faith and I really have something special?" I probed. "Yes, I reckon I do." "I'd like to ask you something then," I said, mustering up my courage. "Go on." I felt his eyes on my hot cheek, caught there in my pause. "I think Faith and I could use a trainer. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I would like the trainer to be you." There, I'd said it. He stopped and squared his shoulders to me. He looked almost sad. "I'm sorry, miss, but I don't train people no more. Not since—" He trailed off and looked to the sky. "Not since—" I said gently, bracing for the letdown. "Nah, never mind," he said, quickly pawing the air with a downcast, gloved hand. "Just don't do it no more is all." "Oh," I said, trying not to sound like I had taken his rejection personally. "Don't think too much about it, you hear?" He seemed to beg in hopes that I would drop it. "Come on, there's some good barbecue waiting for us up there. I'll have you know I made the sauce." He taunted as he shifted from me on the heels of his boots and loped away, hightailing it toward the bonfire that had started without us. There it was again, this mystery everyone around here referenced and knew but never expanded on.